Hey, there we are. Hey. Yeah, that should be good. There we are. Do that. Yeah. Okay. Gosh, I'm red-faced old man. Good morning. Well, good afternoon. It's midday here in London, and this is it's actually 1210 in No Man's Sky. My name is Mark. I'm your pilot, and I'll be guiding you through the inky blackness of space. And I hope you're well. I'm currently. It's a Jedi stream. I should have mentioned that as well, but yeah. Let's just get on with the morning roundup, shall we? Muttering away to myself, just having conversations, and I'm not even looking at this, am I? Sock crowbug, very nice. I'm not a very inconsiderate boss this morning. Cool units, stuff, hot eyes, all that, yeah. All good. All against a very slow acid tweaking line in my earphones. Oh, dropped it now. Fine. And that's fine. Good job, everybody. Well done, everybody. My apologies that I wasn't fully engaged. But let's see what they brought. They brought some cryo pumps. They can go there and probably get turned into cryogenic chambers. Korvax casing that can we'll put down here for the time being. God, take a couple of days off and I'm all over the shop. The semiconductors, they can also go into storage. We've got slightly too many of them as well. Independent items. Activated cadmium and emerald. I don't need. I'm really looking for the more natural stuff, man. And some hot ice. Put that there. Starbulb was ready to be sold from last time. Didn't get any good buys for these. And I've also got some Viking effigies that can go away as well. Cool. Right, let's nip over to Genesis Crossing. See what's going on downtown. This morning's coffee comes from Kenya. Again, I'm muttering away, Matt. It's because I'm halfway through a conversation to something in real life. So my lips might move, and I can hear what you're saying. Let's not do that. Let's have a look at the production, which is double normal. Good job, guys. Because I missed yesterday's pickup. Now let's have a look at your policy decision. Do we want a sodium welder or do we want a churned butter farm? Our research teams are at loggerheads. They're completing proposals. We could invest in industrial technology. Those voices who believe to improving our habitation will not be easy to be silenced. If we look at our settlement status, that one, our productivity is good. It's not fully pushed up. Happiness 100%. We've got no maintenance cost. I think I'm going to try a sodium welder. Now, that says my productivity's gone up by 96,695, but in fact it hasn't. It hasn't changed. This seems to be locked off as well. Okay, fine. I am going to go over to... Oh, you could tell me the parking lot, of course. And we will pick up the production from here, which is all agriculture. Mixture of various elemental crops. That will allow me to make some more mid-range items, which can then be combined into top tier. Here we go. Okay, cool. Cool. That's all done. Mixture of frost crystal and gamma root and cactus flesh and selenium, vacum, star bulb that make just the right combination of ingredients to make some heat capacitors, some polyfiber, some acid, some unstable gel, some lubricant, and some glass. That's all from the stuff I've just picked up from the biomes here in the parking lot, and then these three plus those three will make... I'm going to stop because my stock levels of those items might be a bit low. Well, not, again, they're not low, but you know, not as high as they could be. So let's go back to Mama. It's easier to what's the word? Oversee all the container storage. Okay, cool. Well, here we've got stuff. We've managed to collect enough gamma to sell a block. All my production in the parking lot, in addition to making, giving the ingredients to make these things that I've just made, also allows for a bit of accumulation of goods. Gamma in particular is something that my settlement also produces. So I have slots in my exosuit for each one of those elements that the production produces, and they're slowly growing up over time. So at some point they pop, and the terminology I use, they overflow, they fill up to their maximum capacity, and then I can sell the whole block. There is no difference from selling a whole block to selling one unit, apart from the cost. You don't get any benefit from selling a whole unit. It's just mentally, for me, that one is full, sell it and start again. Yeah. So let's have a look at my stock levels. Well, that's all right, not bad. I can still add some there. So let's grab the acid and the polyfiber. The heat exchangers can go there. And these three, I definitely don't need those. I'll turn them into living glass, and they can be sold. That. Nip buds can go away as well. I'll also nip over here and nip some more buds there, and they should go into the freighter for selling. Nip buds are contraband items. Don't want to really fly around the universe with them in your pocket, because if you get scanned, you'll probably end up in trouble. I wonder what they're referring to. What's the analogy in real life for that? Not selling my living glass here. I will sell the activated emerald, the nip buds, dirty bonds. Stasis device is not a good price. Activated cadmium can go. Some items are so just not worth worrying about the percentiles on, because they're just so low value. But the higher value items definitely are worth shopping around for. Iranian can go, activated indium can go, polished jewels, star bowls. The lemium, I don't mind selling them. It's slightly overpriced. That's fine. As long as I make a plus price on it, I'm okay. Rotten industrial canisters, they can go. My favourite. Those Corvex casings go, so can that Rincanab. Cool. This is, I've got 9 of these shards. And with 9 of them, I might be able to do something with... Trying to see what my seed is. Now that's... At the heart of No Man's Sky, I'll try and find a video and put it in the description about this, because I did see one. Every character has a seed value, and that's what it's called. And that value, one of the things it does is actually dictate your luck. It will dictate when you become lucky. Nobody knows what it is, but if you have a lot of the same thing, which are variable, such as these upgrades, we can try to install them all and work out which one out of this 9 offers the better advantage. And if you know in what sequence that was, you can manipulate the installation of technology to always be on that nth slot. So if it works out that my 5th slot, my 5th time of installing something is the one I am lucky at, then I can always go, okay, well, if I get one of them, I can put in 5 or 4 analogues for that install, and then install the one that I want to install and get the best out of, I believe. It seems a bit like metagaming to me, but when the whole lore of No Man's Sky is that you are in a simulation, working the rules out of the simulation isn't metagaming. You could argue this point. It's actually physics. One of the reasons why simulation theory has become popular in the last few decades is because we believe that we're beginning to see the pixels of our reality. We can't go beyond the proton. We can't go beyond the photon. We can't go beyond the neutron, the electron. Or we can't go beyond the quark or the boson, or all these subatomic particles which make up our whole universe. And if we get to that point, are we saying that this is the lowest res that we can see? That's one of the ideas. I mean, there's also the chances are, but the chances are argument doesn't necessarily work. Okay. Been off for a couple of days, so just figuring out where I am at. So these things here, we've got advanced allies, trading, manufacturing, particular places, high tech. Stasis devices, I think, are scientific. And I'm not sure where unstable gel can be sold, but probably it's such a simple thing to make. It comes purely from cactus flesh, if I remember rightly. Yeah, single Yeah, I could just sell those. So what we're going to do, then we've got a bunch of stuff that we can sell. I'm first off going to go to Vuredsfo, as Vuredsfo offers good return on living glass. And living glass is kind of my bread and butter product that I make. Finding economies that are worthwhile. Need to keep hold of them if you're into that farming. See, 2.9% up on price, they can go. Let's have a look at now, hold on, before we do that.
Good afternoon, M8.
Hello, Clueless Dad Gamer, how are you doing? Sorry for no streaming yesterday. I had some stuff come up at home that I needed to deal with. This is Vuredsfo, and it is a scientific affluent. So we don't want one of those. We're going to want to, let's try Le Susan, because that is prosperous. That's manufacturing. Or is it high tech? It's high tech, I think. I'm not sure actually if I do have. Oh, I do. Bromide time that I can go. Minus 0.2 on stasis. It's trading. Advanced allies. So this isn't. This is. Yeah, manufacturing. Let's have a look for a high-tech balance. No, it's not for high-tech booming. That sounds great. Ogygia. There's the mesh decouplers. Stasis device is still slightly underpriced here. So we're looking at trading and advanced alloys. So let's have a look for a trading economy. This is trading. Prosperous. Skip the old splash screen. The old ducks that can go. And this is advanced allies. Now, advanced allies is the DNA strand. That one. Comfortable. Struggling. Low supply. That's low supply. Promising. Can't see one on that page. So I don't have a 3-star. It's comfortable, so I'm just going to go to the 2-star one. I'm trying to remember what look at that, 5.2. What a great price. That's the stasis devices and the teleport coordinates gone. Nice. What we'll need to do this is probably pack away a few spots in my multi-tool and see if we can figure out what my seed value is. Well, the seed value for luck, that is. Did we have a look at any of these? Scalding, mutated, Hymal, Hyperborean, boiling, and magma. Not that exciting for me. So journeying onwards will be the next part. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 slots. I need, well, I say I need. I'll refuel you while I'm here. If I store that, and store this, and store this, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9 slots. Just gonna move you down there. Move these guys up here. And there's 9 slots. All right. I'm just gonna go through these in numerical order. I've never done this. I might be doing it wrong. Then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9. So that's minus 15 plus 1. No, these are all 2. There's a 3 one. It seems the... Am I learning anything? The best one seems that, which seems the 9th. Level to me. So we can store this technology. The 8th one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is the popular one. So, in theory, to get the best out of these upgrades, it should be the 9th. It should be the 8th one I do. So, what does this do? Well, it's better than that one. So I can immediately improve that. Cool. And 8 is my number, apparently. What we can... I need to remember that. So memory. Do your thing. That's how it works, right? Yeah, I think that's how it works. I'm just going to nip over to the space station. Right. No, none of this calamity. Five out of 10. The landing. Sell some of these. All of them. Oh no. There we go. That's that done. I could have done that at any of the stations we just visited, but I don't know. This does put another... Ooh, that was very dark. Point on my... it basically gives me another location to go back to. One of the things I do forget to do is when I go to Star Services, visit the space station. Because if you visit the space station, it then appears on your list of locations. But what we're going to do is run around the landing. What do you call that? Hangar? Let's call it the hangar. And look for a new black hole system. Oh, I'm going way too far. Again, I am slightly distracted due to stuff going on in our real life. Good stuff, but still stuff I have to think about. That's not bad distance. Is that too far? Master Rehi? Yeah, I think it is, because that is, and that's nearer. So we'll jump here. It does look fairly majestic, my capital ship. There are many others like it, but this is my own. Let's have a look at the back of it for now, because that's what happened in warp space. Where's my yellow stairs? There they are. Barren. Corrosive. Hey, hey. Frozen. Freezing. Infested. Breaking my balls here, breaking my balls. What's going on? Please. No. Bunch of dull planets.
Hello there, slightly smiling face.
Hi, Marlinsky, how are you? Welcome. My other space game right now. Okay, let's go and throw ourselves into a black hole, shall we? Let's make sure I get in the right ship. Oh. Oh no, guess what I've done? Yeah, that's fine. And also this. There we go. Do I have paralysis mortar? No, geology cannon. Don't want the combat zone. An optical drill? Huh. Well, let's have a quick look at that. That seems a better place for it. I can bring these two over here. I do think I've lost an upgrade on the paralysis mortar, maybe. That's better. Oh, and it's gone now. I was going to look at the class of that freighter. A beautiful sienna, should we call it? Sienna sky, sepia. It's not what sepia, maybe, but a very pleasant yellowy beige. But what we're interested in, of course, is the complete absence of light. Where the only thing that escapes is information. The black hole. I wish they were called wormholes, though. I know Penrosian mathematics, suggests that a black hole is a potential doorway to another universe. Black holes and white holes. That's just mathematics. Let's bring in capital ship. And mathematics can be easily broken. We tend to think of mathematics as nothing but truth, but as soon as you start dividing by zero or throwing affinity to any equation, it all breaks. All right, let's see where we are. Vuredsfo, and this is the 16th Vuredsfo. We have a marshy planet, kind of hot. If it's got sulfur ring growing fungal mold. Acidic, shell strewn, hot, and blighted. Again, not that exciting. Let's carry on. Again, another 5,000 light years. That's 4. So we're coming up on 5. No immediate black holes around. What about? That's out of jump range. That must be out of range, yeah. That'll do. And that's not to dismiss the work of Roger Penrose. Roger Penrose, stunning mind. But just because mathematics says it's possible doesn't mean it is. That's why physics is a separate science. Okay, Mukosi-Mae, frozen, acidic, dead, contoured, isotopic, and dusty. I'm toying with the idea of popping down to see Rincanab A27. It's going to be an anomalous planet. Let's go. Only a mild detour. Triple star. Well, it's not that ball of rock, it's that one. Obviously it's going to be an anomaly. I would have thought. It's obvious that it's going to be an anomaly. Words like contoured, scaled, columned give the impression that something hasn't gone too right with the terraforming. And there's only one form of life on the planet, which will probably be an anomalous one as well. That's my guess. Let's have a look. Bally. Oh, look, an abandoned freighter. Well, I might as well land here, as it's free parking. MS, sister of Kizuro Tend. Great, thanks. $40, pleasant enough. We might as well do the cargo pods. Ooh, superconductor, nice start. That's one. Clear off the poop and slime. I am in the right place. There we go. So this is pod 3. Four should be up here. Excuse me. Come here, viscous fluids. There we go. Ah, that's all right. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. One will be on the outside. Over here somewhere. Yeah. I see you, form of life. Shaking it out. Huh. Facum and viscous.
Extreme radiation detected.
Let me just put that over there. And there's another one. Come on. Over here. Isn't there? Yes.
Radiation leak detected.
And smart eyes. Not bad. Let's go find this one form of life.
We are digging
Are we-
a garden. Can I have this staff to speed up things?
It would be good. It would be very useful. There's the living thing.
Units received. Units received.
I think this is pretty much this planet done. There's a few minerals lying around, but
Units received.
and different balls.
Units received.
Okay. We can have a chat with the autophage. And this is my second. Abandoned autophage slot. I'm not. There are no autophage around, but there are autophage stuff. Interesting. Let's go back. I'm trying to remember if this is a black hole system or this is the system we came from. Mukosi-Mae. We'll do that. No, it is the system we jumped into. Warped into. Okay. Gonqua-Amkv. $174,000 light years from the center. A dissonant moon. Is it actually yellow? Yeah, it is yellow. On the NMS wiki, it says black holes are almost always yellow stars, but not always. I've yet to find one that isn't, but I haven't looked too closely, to be fair. But sometimes I do. It would be anomalous, but something different. Hi. Data specialist Bosch, how you doing? All right. Freezing, ossified, rotting, temperate. Hello, and look, it's almost my name. Oh, we've got to check out that. The moon is of Ogygia.
Coding a website with this on the background is really chill. Is there a change to increase the game audio a little? Or just the soundtracks?
Let's have a look. Yeah. I've got a 45 on both. Well, let's do that. 45 music and 40% SFX. And see how we get on with that. I love the soundtrack. Let's put a marker on Odstagyd VII. There we go. And have a look. I think we can identify the Paradise planet easily from space because it's got rings and it's the only one in this star system that is a ringed planet. Let me know how that volume is. Tell you what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the SFX down. Let the music ring out a bit more. There we go. Not driving particularly well, but wow.
This is really good now. The soundtrack could be increased even more, but this is still good. Slightly smiling face, thank you.
No problem. I'll put the soundtrack up a little bit more. I'll need to turn it down in my headphones, but I can do that. Well, that's reassuring. At least I can see these guys. The default value is 80, that's interesting. I have got it turned down quite a lot. What's SFX? Let's try that. Turned up in the middle of a storm. We might have some lighting issues here. Found a bush. Looks like some very small animals. Little crab thing there. Another one maybe. Nope. Tiny little. Yeah. And we've got Sentinels who really don't know when to quit. We're going to war? Are we going to war? Are we? It's a very flat terrain to fight on. Let's leave them away from the autophage. That's pretty. Alright, I'm going into battle. I'm pulling the Sentinels up a hill.
This is magic. You should have more subs.
Yeah, cheers, man. I agree. Oh, God, I was just walking those Sentinels up the hill and they've given up. Lazy. They are right here. Come on you. Follow me. Come on. Putting up shields. Still not firing at me, but soon. Come on. I just want you to come over the crest of this hill and then we'll fight. Reinforcements from where, though?
Warning. Sentinel combat unit deployed.
Far away. Good shot. Even if the same as myself.
Warning. Elite Sentinel force.
Where's the doggy?
Warning. Sentinel walker detected.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so why you are fighting these guys? Is it a quest?
No, this planet is a high sentinel or aggressive sentinel planet. And if I clear them down, which is this level here, level 5, I'll be able to walk around the planet free of sentinel activity, because I would have disabled them all. So it's just to make my life easy. And autophage like it. That's not a good sign.
Critical damage taken.
I'm taking a little bit of a break while my shield recharges. I'll pop in another
Technology
recharge
recharge.
into my also gets to test my upgraded Boltcaster, which is doing very well. Yep. Not doing a very good job of this. Alright, let's... Oh, you pain. Oh no. Again, need to nip into a hole because my plasma
Technology recharge.
and paralysis mortar definitely underpowered that.
Recharge.
I've dropped down a level, which means I have to go through this again. Okay. Okay.
Technology recharge.
I'm having not a very good time here. All right. Got rid of the walker. Just need to get rid of these guys now. That's better. So if you look in the top right of the screen, it says Sentinels have been disabled. So that means I will not be worried by them. It's a very easy way to die doing this. Don't get me wrong. But with a strong enough multi-tool, good enough technique, you can wipe them out. And this will also give you a walker brain. And walker brains are quite useful for upgrading certain technologies. Alright. That was done. How long it lasts, I'm not too sure, but I can say hello to an autophage here. And offer them some assistance. What would they like me to do? I've just killed a load, mate. And there aren't any Sentinels left, so I'm not going to do that. Salvaged construct Obusmion. Really? Let's offer them assistance. What would they like? Well, they want me to kill Sentinels as well. Hello, what is you from? Well, I want to offer you assistance. Alright, let's do that. Nice and simple. 370 paraffinium. Which I probably already have. There you go. Have some of that. Good deeds done cheap. I'll nip over to the Sentinel pillar and shut that down as well. Ooh, knowledge stone. Is that that? Remnants of Sentinels that were here. Now, where were we? Very pretty planet. I haven't even looked at the creature list yet. I should have somewhere else to go, I do. Because that waypoint trigger would have given me another settlement to have a look at. 2 minutes, I think we can do better than that. One of the things I really loved about No Man's Sky when coming in, and maybe this is the same in the other space exploration games like Elite, but it takes into account when you get these distances, it takes into account the speed that you're doing at that moment in time. So if you're on the ground, it will give you the distance in feet to a thing, and how long it will take you to walk there. If you start running, it grips the time. Get into a spaceship, it will tell you if you when you're in the atmosphere. Okay. Just taking for this building time to appear. It wasn't ready for its close-up at all. That was very confusing. Okay, we are at Camp Arvat. We've switched off the Sentinels for this planet. Let's have a look at the discovery page. 6 of 9, only 3 left. Rare ground, rare flying, and uncommon flying diurnal. Okay. So it's going to be better for me to be on the sunny side of the planet. And we'll have a quick look around here because there are still, there's one of them. That's the rare always active flyer. So 2 more. What time is it? It is 9 o'clock in the evening here. So if we look at, if the sun is that way, I guess that's the evening. If I go that way, I'll be going the whole of the day. So what I'll do is I'll go round to the other sunny side of the planet, which is there, and that should be the morning. And that should give me a good opportunity to spot that only daytime flyer. These things are transmission towers and play a part. I can't remember which mission you're on, but it's the one where you learn all the glyphs so they can open portals. And these are, or were, for me, where you'd pick up information from other travellers. I love the ladders, they're very pretty. But because I've already completed that journey, there is nothing for me to do here. But I will climb the top, just get a nice view. Holographic comms towers. There you go. That's what they're probably called. Let's access the records. There are no incoming calls because I've finished this story. I'll access the logs. Interesting. Projection is like convergence, but for carapace as well as mind. Perhaps organic life forms are not irrelevant. Interesting. Anyway, you can get a nice view on top of these towers. Or something down there. A small antlered mammal. And, finally... Cool.
Weather warning. Incoming storm.
And, considering that this was... not the main attraction of this system. This was the warm-up act. Get off the load. You can just fly down. Come on, you've got a jetpack. Use it. Get cape, wear cape, fly. Very pretty. We'll take a little picture. Oh, just as the storm comes in, maybe not. Let's move on. Because the other planet that's in here is either Bountiful or Paradise. And it's the one with the rings, so let's find it. Scan the ecliptic. I need to be back in my ship to really... So there's one behind this planet here. About there. So I'm going to... go through the gap. There it is. Machiev. It's labelled Paradise. Wow, another Paradise planet. It's either my third or fourth, fifth maybe, that I can remember. I will definitely put a base on it for no other reason that they're so pretty. They can be. I'm foreshadowing Machiev II. Show me your beauty. Sunny side. Well, there's an observatory right there, so let's land. Observatories have free parking. And we are at a balmy 28.5 degrees Celsius. For those of you wanting to work that in Fahrenheit, it's multiplied by 9.5 and add 32, isn't it? Yeah, it's quite simple. Just do that in your head. We've got some skimmers coming along. There's one, there's another. An actual wheel. A ball. Quite anomalous. creatures. Don't think I even... That's fine. 20%, mate. It's a whole fifth. Just over the crest of that hill, baby. Aha. A bouncer. Can't see any other life forms. Oh, there's one. Another bouncer.
Nice warm planet.
Isn't it? It's paradise. So no weather. Low sentinels. And it just happens to almost kind of be named after me. Kind of. Fun. So let's have a look and see what other animals are around. There's a lot. There's 13 altogether. We found 12. We've got... Oh no, not rare underground, always actives. But some common underwater.
Musk should land there instead of Mars.
I have no doubt that Musk will get something from SpaceX on Mars. Will he get humans? Difficult to believe that that will happen within Trump's presidency, for sure, but the groundwork needs to be done. Because if we're sending people to Mars, you're sending them one way. They ain't coming back. I very much doubt that. All the fuel you need to get them there. And they're going to have to be so self-sufficient. And you could say, well, look, the ISS has given us a good indication that we can survive in space. But that was in low Earth orbit. Well, I say was, it still is, for another 5 years or so. And then it's going to come down. But if we really want to get to Mars, we should really be talking to the Chinese, because to rule them out is such a stupid thing. It will happen, without a doubt. It's going to happen. But if it happens in my lifetime, don't know. I think the other thing we've proven is that if as an intelligent species we are unremarkable in the realm of intelligent species, our first contact with another intelligent species will be through technology. It will not be astronauts shaking hands. It will be robots talking to each other. We have far much more capacity as a spacefaring species by using drones and robots. Alright, I think we've seen all the red dots around here. I'm going to pop into this observatory. You can tell this is an observatory because you've got the big ball on top. Some of them have dishes. Scholar Entity and the electronic neutron grows at my arm. I struggle in their vice-like grip as they jab deeper and deeper into my flesh. Suddenly, deep inside my wrists, a needle flicks into my flesh and takes a sample. The life form chitters happily as I struggle to free myself. A biological life form. Korvax Echo teach healing. Korvax will practice helping on... that's a good point. Helping a biological life form. I submit. What shall I do? Multi-tool. I get an A-class mining beam module. Interesting. Let's operate the observatory. Okay, so the sequence is take the last number, put it in the front, so it's 2302. I don't have any saved, not that I can think of. Because we kind of want, if we want to look at Mars, we'd have to have a thin atmosphere, no life forms, be arid. And red, obviously, yes. Small. 2 crappy moons. I mean, we can forget about the moons. So they definitely exist. We're looking for a cold desert planet with the winds are interesting on Mars because people talk about these incredibly strong dust storms that build up, and they do. They are planet-wide, which is actually kind of similar to how No Man's Sky perceives weather. It seems to be I don't think you can escape a storm on a planet. Maybe I'm wrong, but every time I've got into a storm, No Man's Sky, if I move around the planet, it's always a storm at that point. So what did this observatory give me? Something on another planet. And that's kind of what happens on Mars. These incredible dust storms build up and they cover the planet because there isn't anything really to stop them apart from the equalization of pressure. But the atmosphere is so thin, even though these storms are traveling at 120 miles an hour winds, you would still be able to probably stand up in them. Because there's not so much material passing you. The dust is obviously a problem, but it's not like standing in a force 10 gale on Earth, where our atmosphere is much thicker and therefore we feel that wind. There's a board game. If you're interested in the whole question about how do we terraform Mars, there is a very, very good board game called Terraforming Mars by, what's his name? Jacob Frixellus.
Interesting.
And the game is you are a corporation which has been given a license to help to terraform Mars, make Mars a habitable place, and you're vying with other corporations to try and achieve this goal. But the way it does that is basically it's a card game, underboard game. But there are this huge stack of patents. These are all the ideas which could help make Mars more habitable for humans. We need to increase the oxygen level in the atmosphere. We need to raise the temperature, the global temperature, to be more habitable for us. And we need to put water on the ground. We need to create water. And it takes, it's a card stack of something like 190 cards. That each single one of these things is something that could help terraforming Mars. Jacob did a great job of going through all the science, talking to all the people who are thinking about how do we terraform Mars. It's a huge, complex, multi-yeared event that will probably take a lifetime to do. Okay. Well, this observatory just pointed me at something off the planet, which is not very exciting. But I do think I will try and find the other animals on this planet. Talking of which, yes, I completed that, so I'll take that bonus. And we are looking at some underwater ones. So we've got to swim. And then our favourite, a rare underground one, which means I am going spelunking. Are there any caves around here? I can't. Again, nighttime is not the best time to be looking for cave entrances, because you can literally be standing right next to them and miss them. So what is the local time? Try and figure out. The sun is that way, I think, and it is 2029. Difficult to be sure.
Are there levels on your char at all? What happens if you die?
If I die, there are a couple of ways you can play the game. You can play with standard mode, which is what I'm on, or permadeath. If I die, everything that I own, that I'm carrying in my exosuit, is packaged up, and a gravestone appears where I died, with all my stuff in it. And if you can get back to your gravestone, you can pick up all your stuff. You go back to your last proper save, which for me would probably be at the moment we're coming into this system. If I went to this space station, that would also be a restore point. But yeah, you'll see it pop up on the screen as you're travelling around. You see the words restore point, and that is the place where you'll go back to if you die. If you're on permadeath, you're out completely. But death isn't the end, luckily, in No Man's Sky, because if you're not playing on permadeath, you can not only come back to life, but also get all your stuff back. Death is an inconvenience, because it messes around with your inventory. Alright, so we're going to go out. I didn't really work out what to do with the sun. If it's that way and it's 8 PM, I kind of want to go, I think I want to go this way, away from the sun, and I don't know. I mean, we could go for the pesky frigates and freighters getting in our way. That looks like water to me. How dare you interrupt my pulse drive? That looks like water. Oh my gosh, this is so annoying. There we go. Let's have a look at the sea. Now if I'm lucky, I've come in on the daytime side of the planet. Oh, look at that. Still as a mirror.
Thanks, I'll be purchasing the game soon. Still on the fence, grinning face. Quite overwhelmed. Watched the *** Sky tutorial you recommended. I'll...
Bear with me. Yeah, Krauser game is pretty good. And the benefit of starting this game now is you don't have to go through all the bugs we went through at the beginning. I think I've died in my 9 years of playing. I think I've died. I think it's 56 times. I try not to, but it does tell you every time you iterate how many times you've done that. All right, what have I got left? Underground. All right, so we are now back into the world of potholing. Where's my ship? Well, the sun's gone down, so that suggests I have gone the wrong way. There's the sun. So we will move to a... I seem to have lost this planet. Where are you? Here. Let's go for that edge there. But I would say, I don't think really No Man's Sky is a game. Not in the traditional sense. I think it's very much a pastime. a hobby. You're never going to finish. There'll always be stuff to do. And yes, you can complete missions and expeditions, but the galaxy still exists to be explored. Now, I put myself down here because I thought I saw 2 cave entrances. And now I believe my eyes are being deceived. There. See? They're so tricky. Good, it's a proper cave. Let's see how big this cave is. I'm very behind on my VODs, so I will be finishing at 2:30 today. Mining beam, please. There we are. Well, how about that? A knowledge stone in a cave. Fitting. I should really, make a choice. I will trail my left. There's something. One left. Presume it's the rare underground one. Okay. You? Wow, this is a cave. What's that? No, well, not sure. Nothing so far, just one little creature to find. And it is the most elusive. Pretty. Interesting. I don't think I've seen any other entrances to this cave, so... Yeah, alright, Flanders. Off you go. Be gone with you. This whole world. Subterranea. Nope. Unlike a lot of my spelunking, there's definitely a lot of life around here. Just not the one we want. That looks like we've just gone around in a circle. No. I will admit I'm fully confused, even with a left arm training. Haven't been there. Now that looks like I have been down here before, because that... But no, it wasn't there. That I've seen. So I'm now back on myself. But to think we are the first people to see this cave. It's still a thrill for me. No red dot. Does look like it still might go on. Sure, it's 10%, it's fine. My life support just giving me a little nudge. Teveuttaed. Wow. I think that's this cave all discovered, I think. But it is so I really did need a train of breadcrumbs around this one. Yeah. I remember that. What an epic tunnel. But not the home to the animal we want to find. Actually, before we get out, it's 1:15, so didn't actually work which way the sun was rising. I'm just trying to give myself a good direction to go in. So the sun is that way. It's down there. So the planet is on this axis. Alright, let's try flying east. So many freighters in my way. Don't they understand we've got a rare underground, always active animal to find? Maybe. Not convinced, but maybe. Well, that's 1436, so... Alright. Again, maybe continues. Just another entrance. Let's keep with our left arm. Training, that is. Hello. You, sir, are the final piece in the puzzle. You can have a creature palette for that. If I remember rightly, this is the exit. So, let's make a base. Looks nice. The only thing about it, though it's paradise, it's not very heavy on trees. But still. I claim this base in the name of space. And we build a quick cylindrical room. I haven't got enough pure ferrite. What am I like? Let's get some mining beams. That's pure ferrite. That's ferrite dust. Lovely. That'll do. Nice circular room with a door. A door. And power. That'll take a bit of time. You'll have to excuse me, I just need to take a quick comfort break. Cool. What we do need here is a teleporter. No. There we are, base teleporter. Got to think of a name. Got to think of a name. Come on. I'm sure we'll do that for the time being. It's 22, so it's going to take a while for it to get powered up. Is it the world Jones made? Yes, the world Jones made. Sounds like a good name for the planet. But obviously the world. But what do we call this place? Can't think of anything. Let's call it something very boring then, for the time being. I can always change it later. Okay. So we're in the galaxy of Calypso. And Calypso music reminds me of Jamaica. Jamaican music. Calypso is also a drink. But in Greek mythology, Calypso was a nymph who lived on the island of Ogygia, where, according to Homer's Odyssey, she detained Odysseus for 7 years against his will. She promised Odysseus immortality if he would stay with her, but Odysseus preferred to stay home. Eventually, after the intervention of the god, Calypso was forced to let Odysseus go. And the name Calypso comes from the ancient Greek meaning to cover or to conceal or hide. That's interesting. So this is the planet going to be called? Yes. We shall call this base Ogygia. And I might put a landing base here as well. These are my basic requirements. A round room, a base teleporter, solar power, and a landing pad. The landing pad is the first bit of ephemeral. Don't necessarily need them, but oh, it is this up, so I can actually land here. If I can actually land here, yeah, there we go. And I'm just going to carry on wandering around a bit. What I should do is pick up some more pure ferrite, because that was a bit surprising. What are those fan things made of? Carbon. They're a plant. Big old rocks like this, they're normally pure ferrite. Medium rocks are ferrite dust. And once the sun comes up, and I'm sure I've got the power right, which I'm pretty sure I have. Two solar panels, one to power the base during the day and the other one to charge the battery. And then at night, the battery discharges and keeps it powered. But we're going to have to wait until sun up to make sure that my knowledge is not out of date. Did I actually pick up the bonus? I didn't. 3,250 nanites. How about that? $414. So just 3 more minutes having a wander around. Didn't see many other settlements around.
Suit power cells depleted. Technology recharge.
Now, how is my pure ferrite coming along? better. 926. I'd rather have a nice healthy, like 2 or 3 grand of pure ferrite. Well, it looks like the sun's coming up. Star bramble. Might as well pick that up. It doesn't do any harm. I mean, come on. How pretty is that? No filter. I mean, I can bring the sun round to the other side here to get me illuminated a bit better. Nice. Well, I didn't press the right button then. Oh, what do we do? Do I actually use the natural light by a missing dawn? There we go. Good. There's my base way over there in the distance. Oh, I reckon Bindle would like to see this, don't you? Bindle? There you are. Hello, Bindle. Retreat. There you go. Journey friend me. What do you think, Bindle? What a beautiful place. Thank you, Bindle. I'm going to jump off here. And my solar power generating 51 kbps. That's storing. Yeah, I'm only using 31. That's fine. Everything should work wonderfully from this point on. Might as well put some windows in. That's technology. Here we are. Wonderful. And a save point. Cool. I did notice that they want to make me make a decision in Dalanta's Crossing, so I'm going to nip over there. Then back to Antler Mama, and that's where I'll send out the frigates and end the stream. So that will be about another 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Whenever you're ready. You know. This thing. Cool. Talk about interstellar travel, right? Am I right? So what's the policy decision you've got me to make? Right now I don't have any maintenance costs. I am going to ban it. I'm going to ban it. Though that might reduce the happiness by 2%. I'm still relying on my happiness is actually at 100%. And I think it's actually more than that. So I'm hoping that settlement maintenance cost reduction of 26,000, even though it's at 0, displayed as 0, it might actually be a negative amount actually in the database. But back to Enlamama. I can't believe I found a paradise planet. It's made me very happy. Yeah, I'm going to take off my Jedi attire, put something more human on, and get around to chapter marking those VODs, eh? Let's do that. Okay. Here we are. Let's send out the frigates. Navigator Ogygia. How are you? Right. Let's start out with this 3-star combat. Ubit went out last time, so Close to the Edge can go out with some support from Terraforming. Good. And 2-star trade exhibition. Probably sent out Stigmata 1. Maybe not. Maybe Sonic Attack. I don't think Sonic Attack's been out for a while. An Oliving window. Yeah. That's great. Voyage of Discovery. I was using WoW for all of these, but then realised that these guys aren't really getting a C in. How they going to your winter? And Airtight? No. Trick in the Tail. Again, 5 stars. Little bit of fuel, not too much. Was Factory by yourself? Oh, let's give you some support with Airtight Garage. Add water makes sense. Also, no fuel for that one. This one, Grew the Wanderer. Yeah. Cool. That's that done. Thank you, Navigator Ogygia. Let's do my management feedback. Great. Great. There we go. Yeah. A wave will do fine. Yeah, that's great. That's it. Going to be the stream for today. We found a paradise planet in Calypso. That was, for me, that's really nice. I like paradise planets. We created a new base. We found lots of creatures. That's probably my epitome of a perfect stream. Streaming tonight around 9:30 for Star Wars Jedi Survivor, where we'll continue the story of Cal Kestis through the murky myriad world of the Empire and the Resistance. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Andor starts soon, which I definitely will be watching. We can talk about that on stream. Maybe it starts on Friday. Maybe it does. But anyway, Yeah, at the moment in time, I'm streaming. I'm trying to stream 2 times a day. Once around midday in London. I'm so off camera there. And again, about 9 p.m. London time. Adjust your time zones accordingly. If that was Eastern, that would be around 5 a.m. for 5 p.m. for a 9 p.m. start for Star Wars Jedi. And if I'm streaming at noon in the UK, then it is 5 hours back, which is 7. Yeah, 7 a.m. in the morning. And if you're in Europe, then it's an hour added on. Miles, thanks very much for sticking with us. Casual Gamer Dad, thank you also for popping in. It was lovely to see you. Please like, comment, share, and enjoy. And until that point, I'll see you